I think Doug Down's work is very important for us, as well as Liz Bartle's work. And so much genres has been important for us to think about and sort of think through, because in the writing and the disciplines courses that we're looking at, you get a wide variety of different genres that students are writing. And thinking about those perhaps in contrast to the notion of the academic sort of mutt genre from first year comp has been really productive for us.
I really like this question, and I was thinking about it, and I actually went back and reread Engaged Writing and Dynamic Disciplines, because I knew that study, even though it's not a transfer study per se, and I think it's interesting how much it lays the groundwork, and it would have been interesting to find out how they would have cast that study that Chris Tyson and Terry Zawacki did, had this conversation about transfer been going on. But I think where they start from, and I had jotted down one of their assumptions going in, and it seems kind of a simple one, but here's what they said. Academic writing is one of those terms that is so often invoked, usually solemnly, as if everyone agreed on its meaning. So they went into their study, I think, with that, that assumption, which is very much influenced my interest in finding out what are the terms people are using when they talk about academic writers. So that really influenced it. I think it's fair to say it gave me, the confidence that doing this kind of study is important to do.
Some of the things that have been most helpful to me have been theoretical frameworks that are really informing the transfer scholarship that I've been reading. So one, genre studies. There's a lot of work in rhetorical genre studies that for me is so central. The idea of thinking about how genres are sort of stabilized for now, ways of recognizing similarities in a world that's constantly coming at us with lots of differences. There are ways that we use to make sense of the world, often in really unconscious, tacit ways. And so the degree to which we can, as researchers, the research that's already been done to think about how genre knowledge fits into processes of transfer, particularly for me, Mary Jo Rife and Anish Bawarshi's article on tracing discursive resources, where they talk about the process of not talk and ways in which writers can go through a process of articulating, well, this paper that I'm working on now, it's sort of like this thing that I've done in the fore, but not really because, and it's sort of like this other thing, but not really because. So the work that's been done in genre studies is incredibly helpful for me in terms of thinking about transfer.
Rife and Bawarshi's work on genres and not talk has been influential to me because it's prompting me to think about the extent to which metacognitive awareness is associated not just with expertise, but with that moment of what some scholars are renaming transformation or generalization as opposed to transfer, right? That metacognition can be a moment where the learner is analyzing, here's what I've done in a previous context, here's what I think I can import from that context and what I can't and why I can't. And that, for me, is a very compelling way to think about what is happening when some important transfer activity takes place, whether or not it's defined as successful, because as Nowacek and others have pointed out, often students are engaging in transfer-focused thinking even if they don't ultimately produce a product that we recognize as successful given the criteria. So that set of research is compelling for me. And in that same vein, Joanne Lobato's work on that issue is compelling as well.